Jay here. Welcome to Intermediate Guitar Interlude number 1. Every 4 chapters we're going to have an interlude, and this is always a good time to learn a new song. You can learn a new song of any style. Pick a tune that might be up your alley, one that might be a challenge too. That's always great. This way we can apply all the chords and concepts we've been learning. Have fun with that, and this way we'll also build up our song repertoire. Okay, so for starters today, we're going to talk about some sus chords and some sus bar chords. Okay, we introduced sus chords in the first book, and suspended chords are when we have a fourth of the particular key as opposed to the third. So they're going to kind of have a floaty sound, and hence the suspended title. You might see these written as a sus for short too. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with a C sus bar chord. Okay, now we've learned our C major bar chord. All we're going to do is we're going to add our pinky. Now we're going to have index finger on the 3rd fret 5th string, barring with the ring finger to get your 5th frets on the 4th and 3rd string, and then with your pinky, grab the 6th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, now just mute or stop short of your 1st string. Usually muting's a good way to go for these, and then make a little contact with your index and you can mute your low 6th string. So for this C chord, we have basically our C, G, and another C, that's the 1, 5, and an octave, and then here's our F on the 2nd string, making it the sus, as opposed to an E natural. Okay, now I want to point out that this chord's fully movable. We'll be bumping this around, but this guy can totally move around anywhere on your 5th string, and you'll have a sus bar chord. Okay, now here's a good example of an open position C sus chord. We're going to have our ring finger on the 3rd fret 5th string, pinkies on the 3rd fret 4th string, open 3rd string, and then index is on the 1st fret 2nd string. And then for this one, just stop short of your 1st string or mute it, and also make a little contact with your ring finger, and you can mute your low 6th string. The next one's very similar. I'm going to use my index to bar and get the 1st fret on the 1st string also. And that'll be a high F in there. Okay, let's look at some F sus. We're going to have a bar chord for the first one. It's going to be index finger barring on the 1st fret for your 6th and 5th string. Go to ring finger on the 3rd fret 4th string, pinkies on the 3rd fret 3rd string, and then barring to get your 1st frets on the first 2 strings. I want to point out for your F sus, you can also reinforce your index finger with your middle finger to help put some pressure. Just nudge up against it, or sort of lay it a little bit on top. That'll help flatten out your index finger. Okay, next example, we're just going to add a 5th to this chord. So we're going to have our middle finger now on the 3rd fret 5th string. Okay, now the 3rd one's a smaller chord. Just going to have your ring finger on the 3rd fret 4th string, pinkies on the 3rd fret 3rd string, and then barring to get your 1st frets on the first 2 strings with your index. Okay, let's talk about some D sus. For this one, we're going to use that same shape we use for our C sus bar chord. Now we've got our index finger on the note D. It's our 5th fret on the 5th string, barring with ring finger on the 7th fret on the 4th and 3rd string, and then pinky grabs the 8th fret on the 2nd string, and then just mute your low and high string. Okay, now the next example is a little trickier chord, but we can also arch out and grab the high 5th. So for this one, I'm going to be having my bar index finger also grab the 5th fret on the 1st string as I arch out of that chord. Okay, last one, just going to take us back to open position. This is going to be your open D sus. Got the open 5th string, open 4th string, index is on the 2nd fret 3rd string, ring finger is on the 3rd fret 2nd string, pinkies on the 3rd fret 1st string, and then you could just avoid your low 6th string or have your thumb over the top to mute it. Okay, lastly, let's look at some G sus. For this one, we're just going to take that same shape we did off of our F sus. So now I've got my index finger barring on the 3rd fret for the 6th and the 5th strings, ring fingers on the 5th fret 4th string, pinkies on the 5th fret 3rd string, and then barring to get the 3rd frets on the first 2 strings with index. Okay, next one, just add your middle finger to the 5th fret 5th string to grab a 5th. And then the last one, let's do an open position G sus. Gonna use ring finger to get the 3rd fret on the 6th string. Gonna mute the 5th string with that same finger. Open 4th, open 3rd string. Index grabs the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then pinky grabs the 3rd fret on the 1st string. Okay, we're gonna put these sus chords into some chord progressions. For this one, I'm just gonna give us a basic pattern of 2 quarter notes for beats 1 and 2, and then some 8th notes for beats 3 and 4. You can do a down, 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 up, or you could even just do all down strums if you like. When you see a box without a bottom, that's your down strum, and an arrow pointing down is your up strum. Okay, for number 1, we're gonna do 2 bars of a C sus into 2 bars of C major. So for this one, I'm gonna be recommending the bar chords. If the bar chords are still too tricky, just go ahead and try some of your open position chords too, and we'll talk about those too. Okay, now for the first one, I'm doing my C sus bar, and I'm gonna be resolving it to C major, so I just release my pinky, and it'll go to my C major bar chord. Okay, here comes number 1. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, let's look at number 2. For this one, we're gonna go a bar of C major into a bar of C sus, and then repeat that again for bars 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Number 2 a little faster. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Let's say if I wanted to do that same chord progression in open position, I could just have my C major, strum position, open into C sus. So check into your open position chords too. They also sound really great, and they're great when we're jamming on some chord progressions in our open position. For number 3, we're gonna do 2 bars of F sus into 2 bars of F major. For this one, I'm gonna be using my first position F sus, and then I'll just be switching to my F major bar chord. And then for regular F major bar chord, got the index finger on the 1st fret 6th string, ring fingers on the 3rd fret 5th string, pinkies on the 3rd fret 4th string, middles on the 2nd fret 3rd string, and then barring to get my 1st frets on the first 2 strings. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Number 4, we're gonna go a bar of F minor into 2 bars of F sus, and then go back to F minor for bar 4. Now for your minor to a sus chord, all I'm gonna do is just take my team of my ring finger and pinky and just bump them a set of strings higher. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, for number 5, we're going to do 2 bars of D sus into 2 bars of D major. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. For number 6, we're going to do a bar of D major into a bar of D sus, and then repeat that again for bars 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. For number 7, we're going to go 2 bars of G sus into 2 bars of G minor. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, for number 8, we're going to do a bar of regular G into 2 bars of G sus, and then switch back to G major for bar 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. For number 9, we're going to do 2 bars of C sus into 2 bars of D sus. I'm just going to bump that same bar chord up 2 frets. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. For number 10, we're going to do 2 bars of G sus into 2 bars of F sus. So I'm just going to be bumping down my bar chord 2 frets for this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... For the last one, number 11, we're going to do an 8-bar progression. We're going to do a bar of D sus into a bar of D, then we'll do a bar of G sus into a bar of G, a bar of C sus into a bar of C, and then a bar of F sus into a bar of F. You'll really hear the amen resolution for this one. So we're basically going to be doing that same concept for each of our chords. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... Here's number 11 a little faster. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... Okay, we're going to talk about some hammer-ons and pull-offs, and we're going to use the A minor pentatonic and the A major pentatonic for these couple next pages. Okay, now first of all, the notes of our A minor pentatonic is A, C, D, E, and G, and what we're doing is we're grabbing the 1, flat 3, 4, 5, and the flat 7, and just to let you know, we're altering those notes from the major scale when we flat them, so everything still comes from that major scale perspective. Now with these examples, I'm going to be using not only the position they're in, but also I like to refer to these sometimes with baseball terminology as we're going around the bases. And I introduced this concept in the first book, so I'll be using that too. It kind of helps map out the neck a little bit for me. And think of it this way, when we're at home base, that's when our root is on the low 6th string. We're starting right on the root. So for A minor pentatonic, we're actually going to be starting off with what I would call the shortstop position, since we're not starting off with the note A. And as we go through these, hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense as we climb through the bases. Okay, now usually the goal I like to think of with these positions is to learn them up and down and then just start to blur them together. We'll be talking about these concepts through the book, but you can just start to connect your positions, take it one by one, and then start to use one string to push yourself up or down. Start to blur those definitions of those different positions, and then just open up the whole neck to jamming. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with number 1, A, and this is going to be going up in open position, A minor pentatonic, using all hammer-ons, and then we'll come back down using all pull-offs. Okay, there's 3 ways I'm going to recommend to practice these hammer-ons and pull-offs. One of them is just to repeat each hammer-on or pull-off separately, and repeat them a bunch. I'll be doing them probably about 4 times, but I recommend repeat them all 8 to 12 times and check out some different tempos. Secondly, we'll do some combinations of different strings where we'll jump around a little bit. And then the last one is just to do it as a run to ascend and descend through the strings, string by string. For our hammer-ons, we're going to pick the first note and then hammer on for your second note. You could pick different fingers depending on what feels good. Index finger works really good, let's say for that open 3. Middle finger works really well too. So check into some different fingers. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with number 1, A. Okay, this is our open position, A minor pentatonic. I also refer to this as the shortstop. It's going to be open 3 on your 6th string for the first one. Open 3, 5th string. Open 2, 4th string. Open 2, 3rd string. 1 to 3, 2nd string. And then open to 3, 1st string. Now for our pull-offs, coming down, we're going to pick the first note, and then we're going to pull it off to get our second note without picking. And for your pull-offs, I recommend pull it off in a downward motion towards your feet so that you can get some of that skin to trigger that note. Okay, now here's pull-offs coming back down. We're going to go 3 open, 1st string. 3 to 1, 2nd string. 2 open, 1st string. 2 open, 4th string. 3 open, 5th string. open sixth string. I want to point out with your pull-offs too, you want to have your second finger ready to go for that pull-off. That's what's going to keep your note in tune, and you'll be ready for that second note. Okay, now to do some different combinations of strings. Let's say if I want to jump from my sixth string to my fourth string. Just different combinations, letting our right hand also start to sync up and be able to pick those strings. So I'm going to do a combo of my third and my first string. Let's say if I want to go for some pull-offs, second string to fourth string. And then let's say if I want to go fourth string to sixth string. Okay, now here's a run of all strings in a row, and I'm going to recommend you can use a rest stroke, where when I pick the first string, let's say my sixth string, I'm going to be resting on my fifth string now with my pick. Ready for my next hammer on, I'm resting on my fourth string now, resting on the third string. Here's my going up to the first string. Okay, now once I'm on my first string, I can do my last hammer on. Now coming back down, I'm using an up pick. I'm going to do my pull off on the first string. I'm resting on the second string. Here's my pull off. Resting on the third string. Resting on the fourth string. Resting on the fifth string. Resting on the sixth string, and then the last one. Okay, now here it is as a run. Coming back down. Here's a little faster as a run. 3, 4. Now you don't have to use rest strokes, but something I do recommend, check into it, you might like it. Okay, for number 2, we're going to explore third bass, and this is right behind home bass. So the next one, we're going to be starting on the note A, and that's what I refer to as home bass. So we're in third bass. For this one, we're going to go 3 to 5 on the sixth string, 3 to 5 fifth string, 2 to 5 fourth string. For that one, I'm using my pinky. You could also use your ring finger if you like. For the third string, 2 to 5. Second string, 3 to 5. And then first string, 3 to 5. Coming back down, 5 to 3. Second string, 5 to 3. 5 to 2 on your third string. 5 to 2 fourth string. 5 to 3 fifth string. 5 to 3 sixth string. Okay, I'm going to do some combinations. I'm going to do my fifth string jumping up to the second string for some hammer-ons. And then for some pull-offs, I'm going to do my third string going to my sixth string. Okay, now here it is as a run going up and down. Okay, let's take it up to home bass. Now we're going to be in our fifth position. We're starting right on the note A, and it's going to go 5, 8. Fifth strings of 5 to 7. Fourth strings of 5 to 7. Third strings of 5 to 7. Second strings of 5 to 8. And then first strings 5 to 8. Coming back down, 8 to 5. Second string, 8 to 5. Third strings is 7 to 5. Fourth string, 7 to 5. Fifth string, 7 to 5. And then sixth string is 8 to 5. Okay, here's a combination. I'm going to do my sixth to my first string. For some pull-ups, I'm going to do my second string, go into my third string. Now here it is as a run up and down. A little faster. Okay, let's take it up into first bass. And this one's going to be in our 7th position. Okay, we're going to start off 7 to 9 6th string, 7 to 9 5th string, 7 to 9 4th string, 6 to 9 3rd string, 7 to 10 2nd string, and then 7 to 9 1st string. Coming back down, 9 to 7 1st string, 10 to 7 2nd string, 9 to 6 3rd string, 9 to 7 4th string, 9 to 7 5th string, and then 9 to 7 6th string. Okay, for combination, I'm going to do my 6th to my 4th to my 2nd string. And then for some pull-ups, I'm going to go my 1st to 3rd to 5th string. And then here it is as a run. Okay, let's take it on up to second bass. Now we're going to go 9 to 12 on the 6th string, 9 to 12 5th string, 9 to 11 4th string, 9 to 11 3rd string, 10 to 12 2nd string, and then 9 to 12 1st string. For some pull-ups, 12 to 9 1st string, 12 to 10 2nd string, 11 to 9 3rd string, 11 to 9 4th string, 12 to 9 5th string, and then 12 to 9 6th string. Okay, for combination here, I'm going to do my 6th to 5th to 4th string. And then for some pull-ups, I'll do my 1st to 2nd to 3rd string. Okay, here it is as a run. Okay, now at this point, it's going to take us back to where we started. We're going back to our short stop, as I would call this. We're up in our 11th position. Just want to take into consideration a little different fingering as the tuning of the guitar lends itself up here. So for this one, we're going to start off 12 to 14 6th string, 12 to 14 5th string, 11 to 14 4th string, 11 to 14 3rd string, 12 to 14 2nd string, 12 to 14 1st string. Coming back down, 14 12 1st string, 14 12 2nd string, 14 11 3rd string, 14 11 4th string, 14 12 5th string, and then 14 12 6th string. Okay, for combination here, I'm going to do the 4th to the 3rd string. And then for some pull-offs, I'll do my 2nd string to 1st string. Okay, here it is as a run. A little faster. Okay, Okay, now let's take a look at the A major pentatonic, and we're just going to map out the whole neck using the similar terminology. Okay, for your A major pentatonic, it's going to be the notes A, B, C sharp, E, F sharp, back to A, and we're grabbing the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 from the major scale. Okay, let's go ahead and start off in our open position. This is what I would call the short stop. Okay, we're going to go open 2, 6 string. We're going to have two different sets of notes for the 5th string. So the first one is an open 2, and then 2 to 4 on the same string. 4th string is a 2 to 4. We're just going to hit one note on the 3rd string, so no hammer on for this one. On our 2nd string, we'll go open to 2. And then 1st string is open to 2. Okay, coming back down, 2 open 1st string, 2 open 2nd string, just the 2nd fret on our 3rd string. On the 4th string, we'll go 4 to 2. On the 5th string, we'll go 4 to 2. And then 2 open, same string. And then on our low 6th string, we'll go 2 open. Okay, now for a combination of strings, I'm going to do my 1st, 2nd to 5th string. For some pull-offs, I'm going to do my 1st, 2nd to 5th string. Okay, now here it is as a run. Okay, let's take it to 3rd bass. This is going to be in our 2nd position. This is also going to look like your F sharp minor pentatonic, because that's our relative minor. Okay, we're going to go 2 to 5 on the 6th string, 2 to 4 5th string, 2 to 4 4th string, 2 to 4 3rd string, 2 to 5 2nd string, 2 to 5 1st string. Coming back down, 5 to 2 1st string, 5 to 2 2nd string, 4 to 2 3rd string, 4 to 2 4th string, 4 to 2 5th string, and then 5 to 2 6th string. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do a combination. I'm going to do my 5th to my 3rd string. And then for some pull-ups, I'll go from my 2nd string to my 4th string. And then here it is as a run. Okay, let's take it up to our home bass. Okay, now we're starting right on the note A, so this is what I call home bass since we're starting right on our root. Okay, we're going to go 5 to 7. 5th string's a 4 to 7. 4th string's 4 to 7. 3rd string's 4 to 6. 2nd string's 5 to 7. And then 1st string's 5 to 7. Coming back down, 7 to 5. 7 to 5 2nd string. 6 to 4 3rd string. 7 to 4 4th string. 7 to 4 5th string. And then 7 to 5 6th string. Okay, for some combinations here, I'm going to do my 4th to my 2nd string. And then for some pull-ups, I'm going to do my 3rd to my 1st string. And then here it is as a run. Okay, let's take it on up. For number 4, we're going to look at our 7th position. This is going to start off 7 to 9. 5th string's a 7 to 9. 4th string's a 7 to 9. Third string's a 6 to 9. Second string's a 7 to 10. First string's a 7 to 9. Coming back down, 9 to 7. Second string's a 10 to 7. Third string's a 9 to 6. Fourth string's a 9 to 7. Fifth string's a 9 to 7. Sixth string's a 9 to 7. For combinations, I'm going to do my sixth string to my first string. And then for some pull-offs, I'll do my second to my fifth string. And then here it is as a run. Okay, let's take it on up to second bass. And we're going to go 9 to 12 on the sixth string. 9 to 12 on the fifth string. 9, 11, fourth string. 9, 11, third string. 10 to 12, second string. And then 9, 12, first string. Coming back down, 12 to 9. Second string, 12 to 10. Third string, 11 to 9. Fourth string, 11 to 9. Fifth string, 12 to 9. And then sixth string, 12 to 9. This one I'm going to do my fourth and third string for some combos. And then for some pull-ups, I'll do my second to my third string. Okay, now here it is as a run. Here's a little faster. Okay, let's go ahead and take it to the last one. Now we're going to be doing that same short stop position, but with some fretted notes as opposed to our open string. So it's going to look a little bit different with our pattern. And this is basically same concept, but up an octave from where we started. Okay, let's start off 12 to 14 on the sixth string. 12 to 14, fifth string. 11 to 14, fourth string. 11 to 14, third string. 12 to 14, second string. 12 to 14, first string. Coming back down, 14, 12. Second string, 14, 12. Third string, 14, 11. Fourth string, 14, 11. Fifth string, 14, 12. And then sixth string, 14, 12. Okay, I'll do a combination. I'll do my sixth string to my fourth string. And then for a combination for some pull-ups, I'll do my third to my fifth string. Okay, now here it is as a run. Okay, I want to point out that you can move all of these positions, just know where your roots are, and then let's say if I started on my home bass with my A major pentatonic, if I just scoot up 2 frets, now I have my B major pentatonic, and so on and so on. So everything's pretty much movable, just know where your roots are and you can start to play in any keys you like. Okay, I want to also point out, if you want to take this further up and max out on your frets, depending on if you're how accessible your higher notes are, you could just use that same terminology we use. I would just take my my third bass up now would be around my 14th, 15th position. So all those positions will also work up an octave higher depending on how much access you have to your high notes. So definitely also max it out too. Okay, now that we've mapped out our neck in A minor pentatonic and A major pentatonic, let's just do a little bit of jamming and improvisation. I'm going to recommend just play an A minor chord, strum any pattern, any tempo, and then jam on your A minor pentatonic, and you can play in any position. So start off with some chords. Some scale. I'm going to do the same concept in A major. I'm going to play some A major chords and then play some A major pentatonic in all positions. Start off with some chords, some scales. Back to some chords. A little more scale. Okay, thank you so much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you for the next chapter. Take care.